So I moved out. I live on my own. Welcome to my apartment. I no longer live in Oregon. I don't live where you expect me to live. I'm not living where anyone expected me to live. We'll get to that later. But first I thought we would make some dinner. One thing I'm really excited about living on my own is being able to cook for myself. But it's not fun to do alone. So I was wondering if could we make some dinner together? Okay, great. My apartment is turning into a jazmataz hell, and I love it. I'll do a full apartment tour at a later time. Tonight we're making rice bowls, so that's exciting. I say tonight. It's 9:40. I literally thought it was like 8 p.m. Oh no. We're making rice bowls. I'm gonna cut up a sweet potato and roast it. Whoops. Welcome to my tiny kitchen. I don't like the lighting in here. It makes me feel like I'm in a hospital. And it's kind of this lighting all throughout the apartment. I took out the light bulbs in the bathroom because I could see myself too well. Instead of my OCD flaring up, I decided to hashtag take action and take out the light bulbs in my bathroom. I think that's kind of exciting that I have control over that. But the lighting in here, I think I'm gonna put some fairy lights in here or something because this is too sterile. It's giving rubbing alcohol. It's giving rubbing alcohol. It's giving white towel. And I want it to give apple bottom jeans boots with the fur. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not. Preheated the oven to 475 because the last time I tried roasting veggies, I tried to do it at 350. And I don't know what I was thinking. And if you didn't know, now you know. Roasting veggies, get that oven hot as hell. I don't really like sweet potatoes, but I'm wondering if I just haven't had them right. So I'm hoping by doing this myself, maybe I'll like them better. Where's my salt? Where's my salt? Where's my salt? Hello? How do you lose an entire thing of salt? You guys, the fuck? Where? Okay, so I don't know why she's all the way up there. Olive oil, salt, and pepper. 20 minutes. Sure. Awesome. Although I do need to wash the one pan that I have. One pan, one heart. You know what I just realized? I was like, I should saute some carrots. But then I remembered I don't like cooked carrots. And this is my house. And in this house, when I make rice bowls, cooked carrots don't have to be a part of that equation if I don't want them to. And I just think that's really exciting for me. So, yeah. This is me swallowing my... I have some organic broccoli that I'm going to... Oh, excuse me. It's baby broccolini. But here's the thing with broccolini. I really don't like the stems. And I want to figure out a way to like the stems. Just not looking super hot for me. And I think that's a huge part of growing up, is figuring out whether or not you're a stem person when it comes to broccoli. I'm wearing this like button-up situation today, and I feel very adult. Oh my god. Sorry, I just remembered I have an apartment. Okay. All right, fun, whatever. Frozen garlic cubes. I recently realized that these weren't a staple in every single person's household growing up. I went to Trader Joe's with somebody and I was like, gotta get the frozen garlic cubes. And they were like, what? And I was like, how have you been consuming garlic? Because there's 3 food groups: toast, almond butter, garlic. So, okay, you guys, we're gonna saute some broccoli. We've got garlic, olive oil in the pan. I'm not ever going back. And then I got this like chicken from Trader Joe's too. This hardwood smoked pulled chicken. And it's fully cooked, which is really exciting to me because cooking meat scares me. But I'm also extremely deficient in protein. But here's the thing, I'm just one little girl in one little world, and this is more than one little girl's amount of chicken. So I think I'm gonna freeze a lot of it. It's dry as hell, just how I like it. I want my chicken to feel like a powder in my mouth, you know? I wanna know that shit's been dehydrated of everything. I love this. I can finally have my own cooking show. This is great. That nobody will watch but me, and for some reason, that's kind of the best part. And I'm gonna eat some chocolate chips. They were on sale today. Frozen Trader Joe's rice. Can you tell I went to Trader Joe's? And I'm gonna do exactly what you shouldn't do and just put it right on the stove where it's gonna kind of stick and burn. It's cooked rice, right? We're gonna live, we're gonna lie, and we're sure as hell gonna love. Am I right, bitches? Look, fancy glass. Wow. I am child. Watered down ginger ale. My favorite. We doing okay? Okay. You just let me know if you need anything. I'll be here. This is so much better than cooking in my dorm. I don't know if any of you guys saw that video. I've since deleted, but it was like a what and I eat a day in college. And it was back when I lived in my dorm at ASU. And I deleted it because I went into a lot of specifics about what I was eating. And that's not helpful for anyone. The kitchen setup I was dealing with. I made a kitchen in my dorm that I lived alone in. And I'm just feeling very grateful that now I'm like, I get a pan. I think it's okay to be like, here's meal ideas. Like, here's what I'm cooking as somebody who's alone in their dorm. But I went into like proportions and it was very much, that's not helpful. There's a difference between meal ideas and here's what I'm eating. And therefore, here's what you should eat. That's just not, Sweet potatoes are roasting. That's very exciting. I'm gonna dish up and then I'll see you. Can we chat on the couch? We'll chat on the couch. So obviously I already ate dinner. It was delicious, by the way. And then I got distracted painting. Let me show you the painting I'm working on. It's not done yet, but boy is she fun. I really miss painting my swirls. I love painting my swirls, and it can be a whole other conversation. But yeah, it's 1 p.m. the next day. Had a nice relaxing morning painting. I just made cookies. I'm washing my sheets downstairs. I live directly above the laundry room and the gym, which is bad news for all the other residents in this building. Because I do go ahead and take up that space constantly. You give me a full room with a big ass mirror and carpet, that's gonna become an Olympic training center for me. Dance, gymnastics, you name it. I'm upside down. Welcome to my living room. She's not done yet either. This is my couch that I thrifted for $20. She was disgusting. Still a little bit of a stain here. It's giving like period stain that's just gonna permanently be in your sheets. I think she's just gonna kind of permanently be there. But I've been rapidly thrifting and painting furniture. I'm really excited to show you, but not now. I want to do a full apartment tour once I get her settled. My hair curling. Yeah, so I live alone. So I moved out of my parents' house. For context, if you're new here, I'm 22. I was living in Oregon. I finished school there, graduated with a degree in art. I knew that I wanted to move out like pretty soon after I graduated, but I didn't know where I was going to go. New York was an option for a really, really, really long time. My sibling is out in New York pursuing music. New York or LA, I really don't like LA, but I always kind of expected to go to a really big city after I graduated, given I'm trying to pursue a creative career, whether that be in stand-up or in, video or art or whatever. All my paths kind of lead to needing to be in a bigger city. But that really scared me, the idea of going to a huge city, especially as somebody who I've lived with my parents my whole life. And obviously, like, I'm a very independent person. I'm not reliant on my parents for most needs. And I'm really grateful I've gotten to a point in my mental health where I'm no longer like heavily reliant on my parents for emotional support, which is really cool. But that being said, there's a lot of things that I didn't get the opportunity to learn in college that most other people my age had the time to learn. Literally just like, what does a daily routine look like for adult Jasmine that doesn't include my parents? And the thought of not only moving, but moving across the country, not being able to have a car, not being able to have a big enough space for my brain to function, that all scared me and just didn't feel good right now. But I had a really hard time coming to that conclusion because everyone's telling me otherwise. Everyone in my life, besides my parents and my sibling and my loved ones, have put a lot of pressure on me to move to a big city and quote unquote make it big. First of all, make it big. Be more specific, please. Do you mean be famous? Do you mean be famous so you can benefit off me being famous? Obviously, I do a lot of things. I'm involved in a lot of different fields. And I could very easily move to a bigger city and be a part of a lot of different communities. But at what cost? Right now for me. I just got done with school. I hated school. School sucked all the life out of me. I want to be on a little adult vacation. I want to work a coffee job and live in my apartment and breathe and dream. I can't move to a big city if I don't know why I'm moving there. I can't go pursue something I don't know what. So I've moved to Boise, Idaho. And I've yet to get a positive reaction to that. So think all you want about that. I've moved to Boise, Idaho. It's a much bigger city than where I was living. It's only 4.5 hours away from home. And over the last 6 months or so, I've been going back and forth between Bend and Boise to do comedy because there's a bigger comedy scene out here. And I've met quite a few people, and I've kind of, been dipping my toe into different communities around here, and I thought this would be a great place for me to go and discover myself and learn about adult Jasmine and dream. Yeah, and it's not too big, it's not too overwhelming, and I can live in an apartment like this. But every time I told people I was going to Boise, they'd be like, why? No, you're not going to New York? Why aren't you going to New York? Why are you going to Boise? You're giving up on your dreams. Babe, that's not what's happening. I'm trying to live a sustainable life. I'm trying to take care of myself. So it's been really hard to try to push away a lot of those, maybe negative isn't the right word, but not positive reactions to my decision to not move to a huge city. I also was thinking about Austin for a long time. I went to Austin a couple years ago and absolutely fell in love with it. And the comedy scene out there is huge, and the art scene out there is huge. And so back in February, I went to Austin with another comic. We did the scene out there and met a ton of people and, did a lot of networking. And it was just horrible. We as a city, wonderful. I love Austin. I would not be able to do comedy there as a female comic. We were there a week, and I saw probably around 200 comics that whole week. I was the only girl. I was the only girl. It was pretty alarming, and the nature of the scene felt very, very misogynistic, very violent, not a safe community. Yeah. It was bad. It was really bad. A lot of harassment, a lot of catcalling, and obviously that is, unfortunately, that is to be expected in the, nightlife entertainment scene, but it was a little out of control, and I did not feel safe, very violating, and it was very disappointing. But it made me realize how important comedy is to me, because I was like, okay, so I could move to Austin, but I wouldn't be able to do comedy in the way that I'm doing it now. And that really bummed me out, and I was like, whoa, I didn't realize just how important that is. So yeah, I wasn't able to justify moving to Austin. And with moving to New York, the comedy scene in New York it's I don't know a ton about it, but there's a lot of nepotism, there's a lot of influencers, and I don't want to hustle in that way. I don't want to feel this pressure to hustle and be a part of hustle culture, because that just kills my creativity and my joy and my will to live. And I would much rather be so much happier and feel more free creatively in a smaller city than feel like a shrink-a-dink in the oven in a huge city. So, not to mention too, obviously I dealt with pretty extreme cases of loneliness. We all did. But when I moved from Phoenix to Oregon, in fact, it was so bad I made a whole film about it. So I don't know, I don't think I'm ready to tackle that again emotionally. I'm still kind of recovering from that, and I'm still relearning what it's like to have friends and trust people and have a sense of community. And if I were to move across the country, I would have to tackle that again, and I don't think I'm ready for that. Would it be different? Yes. Would I have different tools? Yes. But I don't think I'm ready for that. I already have a small sense of community here, and I have people here that I'm really close with, and I knew that, yeah, I go through waves of feeling lonely, but it's not to the I have people, I have resources here, and for my mental health, it just felt like the safer option, literally. My therapist and I agreed that I'm in my Costco sampling era. This is the time, and first of all, I'm 22. Let me figure out who the fuck I am. Please. I need time to be here and learn, what does life look like for me, and what do I need and not need to thrive as as an adult? Do I like living alone? I might decide that, I hated living alone. Great. So now I know next time I move somewhere, I won't live alone. What kind of meals do I like cooking for myself? And what might my finances look like? And I might discover another hobby that just absolutely changes my life. Do I like living in a smaller city, or do I realize, okay, for sure need to be in a huge city, or no, I want to be in an even smaller city? Like, I need to learn all these things, and I can't learn all these things without just trying. It's really cool that I have the opportunity to try that in a safe environment here. Like, I'm sorry I don't want to burn myself out. Like, God forbid I'm happy. God forbid I'm happy and taking my time and taking a deep breath. And right before I moved, I did a headline show back in Bend. Oh yeah, I've headlined like twice. Anyways. And afterwards, this other comic came up to me and was like, why are you moving to Boise? What's out there? I was like, I gotta go learn about myself. And she goes, you can learn about yourself in New York. Last summer, I was in New York for a month. I lived with my sibling for a month. And I thought, okay, I could do this. But when I came home and was able to sit in silence in my room and be able to lay all my stuff out and paint and knit and do a cartwheel, I was like, oh, I need this. I think I want to just encourage anybody watching this. It's okay to do what you need to do, even if it's different than what other people think you need to do. The people closest to me have agreed that this is a really smart decision for me. My parents, my sibling, the people who have seen me at my worst and know how my brain operates were very encouraging of me making this decision. If they weren't, that's when I would be concerned. If the people who know my brain went, ugh, I don't think this is going to be a good, then I'd be concerned. But if you don't know my brain, you don't get to have an opinion about what I do with it and where I take it and where I go and what I'm doing, because you don't know. Well, I hope this video was inspiring or helped you realize you're not alone in navigating young adulthood. I don't know what I'm doing, nor should I. If I knew what I was doing, that would be concerning. That would mean my head was stuck in a tunnel. I'm just following what feels right, step after step, whatever that looks like, and trying my hardest not to question it. It's really hard not to, but I'm trying my best, and I encourage you to do the same. I'm gonna go get my laundry and probably keep painting, and then I'm gonna eat lunch, and then I'm gonna go do an open mic, because in Bend there were 2 open mics a week, and here there's 6. So there you go. I'm gonna go riff my little riffin' ass off, hang out with people, and live without the public education system. But I will talk to you soon. I love you, and you're doing awesome. We're doing awesome. That's my big high five to you. Okay, I'm gonna go get my sheets.